so that we realize the dream of better Kenya for all. Asanteni sana. God bless Kenya. I now take this opportunity, Your Excellency, to invite the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto, to make his speech.
Your Excellencies, representatives of High Commissioners and Ambassadors, fellow leaders, dear Kenyans, wherever you are watching this event from across our nation. Your Excellency, 57 years ago, Kenyans made sacrifices for us to have the most important thing in life, that is to make decisions for ourselves and to chart our destiny. We have had a journey of 57 years, and every generation and every government have had to grapple with tough decisions when faced with challenges as a nation. But in no generation and no government, Your Excellency, has experienced the kind of challenge the COVID-19 pandemic has caused to our country. Today, this celebration is unique. It's never happened like this. Today, Your Excellency, our schools are closed. Our places of worship are shut. Millions of Kenyans have had to leave work. Traders and business people have had their businesses affected. And our lives as a nation and as a global community is upside down. To use the words of Mutai Kagwe, things are really abnormal. In fact, Your Excellency, while it was normal for somebody to cough, nowadays it is no longer normal. When somebody coughs, others step back and ask whether everything is okay. I remember the other day when I went back home, working from the office at the residence, and inadvertently I stretched my hand to my young daughter to greet her. She told me, there is the sanitizer. That is how abnormal things are today. But when you called the nation to action because of this pandemic, the response from the Kenyan people was unprecedented. Every Kenyan stepped forward. Millions of Kenyans are wearing masks. They are cleaning their hands regularly. They are avoiding unnecessary contact. And people are keeping social distance. In fact, when I saw you march here, I was wondering why the parade was different today. Only I realized later that there was social distance. So we've really changed. But Your Excellency, your intervention, as you mobilized government to provide guidelines, every Kenyan across this nation is now part of the big army to try and deal with the COVID-19 pandemic. Your Excellency, as a people, we are confident that under your leadership, the Kenya government will take the necessary decisions, and I'm calling on leaders across the divide and Kenyans across the nation to work with you and government to make sure that we mitigate and minimize the effects of this pandemic as we work out the new the face of ensuring that we deal now with the effects, how to open our schools, how to open our businesses, what kind of support we can give to our SMEs, and how we are going to open our places of work. In the past. Finally, Kenyans, Your Excellency, are praying. Kenyans are praying for you, Kenyans are praying for their government, and Kenyans are praying for our nation. Many spiritual leaders across this land are praying. In fact, the COVID-19 pandemic has made everybody realize our inadequacy. In a very peculiar place. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my humble duty to ask His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, in this celebration. Your Excellency, sir. Please be seated. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, William. Fellow leaders, members of the cabinet, service commanders, representatives of the diplomatic corps and representatives of various organizations here present who are representing the millions of other Kenyans out there, and indeed to all my fellow Kenyans, allow me to take this opportunity to salute you all and to wish every single Kenyan a happy 57th Madaraka Day, a day our founding fathers achieved the right for Kenyans to self-govern. We commemorate this day with fond memories of the struggle for independence and the birth the corona pandemic today. Our victory over our colonizers should remind us that here too we shall be victorious. Although slowed down by the health crisis and the economic downturn caused by COVID-19, I am further comforted by the teachings of our founding fathers. They instructed us to be our very best at our darkest moment. They taught us not to question in the dark the dreams that we dreamt in the light. And indeed, when our dreams hit rock bottom, foundation that you can build on. This corona moment we are in, yes, indeed, a dark moment. But the founders of our nation required us to be at our very best at moments like this. And this demand is not a lofty ideal. They themselves practiced it as they fought to bring us self-rule. Fellow Kenyans, self-rule required dreaming heroically, embracing the unknown, and offering to die for an ideal. But this was not an easy feat. As thousands lost their lives at battle, the dream of Madaraka increasingly became nothing but a bridge too far. Yet in their darkest moments, our founding fathers did not abandon the course. Instead, they reimagined it, they regrouped, and they re-engaged differently. Many died before they breathed the air of freedom, but many more lived to witness the flowering of a new nation. This gave them hope that the Kenyan dream is actually within reach, and it was possible. Because of their faith and fortitude, they did fight the good fight, and they won. And out of this, they gifted us Kenya. On this Madaraka Day, we thank each and every one of them for this gift and for their teachings on how to remodel an idea in the face of enormous challenges and raging crisis. Today, therefore, and all future Madaraka days, I call upon all of us to ponder the state of the Kenyan dream. And in pondering it, we must remember that Kenya is still a work in progress. Similarly, as we reflect on the progress we have made, as we look inwards for self-introspection, we must not over-criticize ourselves. And I say so because in the subconscious mind, we become what we repeatedly do. If we repeatedly feed our national psyche with negative energy, we become a nation of angry and frustrated people. Yet dreams cannot flourish in a negative environment whose main currency is anger and animosity. Fellow Kenyans, this Madaraka Day, I want us all to reimagine Kenya. More so because COVID-19 has forced us into a situation where we have to reset our national systems. But to reimagine our dream and nationhood, we must also reflect on our history, because history has laws that show us the future. We must begin by asking ourselves a number of questions. How was the Kenyan dream imagined in the very beginning? And how did we come to be? How did the original blueprint of Project Kenya look like? Let us make a historical inquiry in response to these questions. Fellow countrymen, 2 years after Madaraka Day, our founding fathers adopted sessional paper number 10 of 1965. It was entitled African Socialism and its application to planning in Kenya. This was the vision document for our young nation and was full of dreams for the future to come. It envisioned a Kenya with an Africanized economy, an economy largely locally owned, whose industries were producing for regional markets, and in which technology was the light and heat of commerce. A nation that drew from itself for itself. This dream was further articulated by Jaramogi Oginga Odinga in his book Not Yet Uhuru that was published in 1967. The central theme of this book was that independence was not complete until the economy was in the hands of Africans. Jaramogi envisioned a Kenya that was unapologetic about its Kenyanness, a Kenya that could stand on its own feet in a world unfriendly to the African people, and a Kenya that is capable of enterprise and development in fields beyond our shambas. Then there was Tom Joseph Mboya, one of the other founding fathers, who echoed the dream. In his book, Freedom and After, he reminds us that great things are made of a series of small things, and that the making of a nation is the work of many small events and transitions, many small failures and successes. But Tom Mboya's main reflections were on constitution making. Having been involved in the Lancaster constitution making process in the 1960s, Mboya cautioned the nation against constitutional rigidity. In particular, he argued that the Constitution cannot be useful to a country if it is an end in itself. A good Constitution must be responsive to the aspirations of a nation and be a means to a greater end. Imagined a free Kenya as far back as the 1930s. Mount Kenya was published in 1938. And in this dream, he cautioned us that the seed of freedom will only take root if our mindset is focused on the right thing. In the business of building the nation, he warned that we must not focus on what has been done, for our focus should be on what remains to be done. And this is so because it is natural. Every time one target is attained, a new one becomes necessary and urgent. The right mindset is therefore a critical plank to making a dream come true. To achieve them. Fellow Kenyans, our founding fathers left us with deep teachings and convictions. And now we must summon the teachings as we reimagine our nation today. We have achieved the dreams of the founding fathers as captured in sessional paper number 10 of 1965 and revived in sessional paper number 1 of 1986. Further, I believe we have made admirable progress in the implementation of our own Vision 2030 as my administration implements the Big Four agenda. But truth be told, as this vision comes to an end in 9 years, so the urgency for a new vision, a new dream, is therefore real. Like Kenya in its 50s, the Holy Bible required nations to hit the reset button every 50 years. On the 50th year, we are told, all debts were forgiven, slaves were set free, and all land was left unattended. This action brought renewal to the soul of the nation, healing to the land, and a fresh vision to its people, and they called it the Year of Jubilee. But for us, fellow Kenyans, to craft this new dream and to prepare for the next great leap forward, we need to finish what our founding fathers had started. And this is what we set out to do in our quest to uproot the remnants of ignorance, poverty, and disease in our midst. This inspired my administration's transformative agenda for the nation, the Big Four. And allow me just to give you only 3 examples of unfinished business started by our founding fathers and which we today are endeavoring to complete. The first one is infrastructure, the backbone and the enabler of any economy. And by this I mean roads, rails, ports, and so on. At independence, we had only 1,800 kilometers of tarmac road. This is what our colonizers had built in 78 years of their occupation between 1885 and 1963. This means that all their endeavors for 78 years, they only managed to tarmac a total of 23 kilometers a year. After independence, our founding fathers built an extra 11,200 kilometers of tarmac roads over a period of 50 years. This was about 10 times what the colonizer had done. But with better technology, planning, and efficiencies, my administration has built 1,000 kilometers of tarmac road every year. That is 44 times more than what the colonial administration built, and more than 4 times what the first 3 administrations built collectively per year. While we take pride in this achievement, I am cognizant of the fact that this could not have been done without the support of you, all my fellow Kenyans, and still recognize that there are more roads to be built. Regarding ports, our founding fathers saw them as gateways to regional and international markets. Apart from the port of Lamu, which we have added to our number of ports and which will change regional trade dynamics, we have also re-envisioned the port of Kisumu. This port was built by the colonizers, but collapsed at some point. We have since, working together with local leaders, revived it for strategic purposes. Lake Victoria serves both the northern and southern corridors, and with this port, Kenya can serve the region from Mwanza to Bukoba in Tanzania, to Jinja and Entebbe in Uganda, to Muhoma Bay in Rwanda at affordable costs and decent timing. Beyond serving the region, the port is poised to also promote the shipbuilding and repair industry in Kenya. It will also catalyze the development of other small ports. And what I'm proud of most is that we did this revival with dead capital. And in this I mean, we redeveloped this port using local expertise and material. Turning to railways now. This is where my biggest critiques reside. But that is okay, for they are not alone. They are in fellowship with the colonizers who called our railway the Lunatic Express. But those who called it the railway to nowhere did not realize at that time that they were describing this great city of Nairobi. Nairobi indeed at the time was nowhere when the railway was being constructed. In fact, it was nothing but a swamp. And that is why Sir Charles Eliot, the man who supervised the building of the railway, observed, "It is not uncommon for a country to create a railway, but it is indeed uncommon for a railway to create a country." End of quote. Nairobi and indeed most of our country were created by the railway. And that is why, apart from the SGR, I am also reviving the defunct Nairobi-Nyanyuki railway line that traverses 6 counties. We are also in the process of rehabilitation of the Naivasha to Malaba meter gauge line, which is also about to commence. This rehabilitation of these central railway lines is part of a bigger development strategy to link the hinterlands, not only of Kenya, but of our region, with Lamu Port, our port in Mombasa. And that is why the Southern Sudan-Ethiopia transport corridor continues to remain important. I believe that when this happens, then Kenyans can expect new markets to emerge along these railway lines and new cities to blossom in response. The second example of unfinished business from our founding fathers regards the dignity of our people, the freedom struggle.